So I wanted to talk about field experiments in your PhD, and really that's an important component of what I'm trying to do with the Reciprocity project, is to develop a mechanism for people to do field experiments. So if anybody wants to do anything like that, give me a shout and hopefully we can set up some sort of experiment for you on it. But the important thing with field experiments is that it has internal validity of this sort of experimental paradigm, right, of doing laboratory experiments, but also has some sort of external validity. And I'll get into what those actually mean in just 1 second. But if you don't know me, I am Professor Dave Massack. I'm an Associate Professor of Innovation Strategy and Entrepreneurship. And I created this whole Reciprocity project to give back as much as I possibly can. There's so many people to help me out that I want to pay the favor forward to help you out. So I realized out of my walk right now is that I haven't talked enough about the sort of research design component of the Reciprocity project. And a lot of people might be not aware of what I'm actually trying to do, and this is an important component of it. Is what I'm actually trying to do is, so there's the forward-facing component of it, which is a sort of sharing economy editing platform where you can get work done on the platform. Sorry. I had some fries tonight, Five Guys and fries, and I'm a little winded from that, but they're amazingly delicious. But there's this forward-facing component of it where I'm trying to set up this, make it so you can get editing done on the particular platform. But there is a component to software that a lot of people don't understand, but people in software really are aware of this. And the component is A/B experiments, where you show one screen to one group of people and another screen to another group of people. And then you can compare to see which one of those screens are actually getting more of some sort of key performance indicator or some sort of performance indicator, whether it being click-throughs, whether something generates more revenue, whether people stay longer. So, it's sort of unlimited, the number of different things that people look at with performance indicators, and you kind of have to choose which one. But I wanted to actually tell you, this is a big component of why I'm trying to do the Reciprocity project. And so everybody is aware of this. I don't want to first of all, I don't want to trick anybody. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm not kind of that sketchy kind of person. I want to make sure it's out in the open. And then, the second thing is to let you know that for anybody that is looking to do research, this is, I'm really looking for people to actually help out with this particular component of it if they want to do research. Try to find me online. You can find me, especially those that are in organizational theory or organizational science, as well as econ and psychology and sociology folks. I'm really looking for anybody that are in those particular areas to do any sort of experimental stuff on there. So what is the advantages of this? So I was talking about internal validity, and this is the idea of coming up with experiments that are pretty sound. I can get into all sorts of aspects of it. There's lots of aspects of that, but really it's just looking at the soundness or the believability of what you're trying to look at, in that there's no other explanations for why this particular phenomenon is happening. And experiments tend to do this very well because you're the external force. You're playing kind of God in a system, and you get to vary things. And by being able to manipulate or vary things, manipulate is what they call it in experimental designs, but it's not really, it's a bad term. I think it's sort of used in the wrong way. And it is really just trying things out is a better way to think about it. And so if you can try things out and see what actually happens, and intervene, I actually like that term a little bit more. If you can intervene and see what happens with on the platform, then you have a good sense that this is probably actually causing this particular impact. And, a component of that is randomization. I can get into a lot more of that, but that's a really important component of it. And so what you end up having with these experimental designs is that it's pretty hard to explain it away, the effects that you actually get. And the second thing is that you have this external validity, and another term that you could use for that is generalizability. And basically it is showing that in the real world this actually happens. And that is the one problem with laboratory experiments, and that's kind of held us back. There's sort of two components that has held us back in the real world for organizational people and economists and folks like that, is that it's just really hard to do this in organizations, and nobody's sort of willing to do this. And that's why I was like, I'm this entrepreneurship dude. I study this kind of stuff. Well, I'm going to set this up. I'm going to be the first person to set this up, and I'm actually going to start doing this and building this out. Now, it's been an absolute journey and a lot harder than I thought it was going to be, but, I'm there to build out the sort of field experiment component of it. And, if anybody's willing to do that, I'm getting a number of users on it. And, to give you an estimate, about 500 users a month that are going on it, so a significant number. Probably will be getting more as it sort of grows and develops. So, that's pretty substantial in terms of anybody that's doing this kind of stuff. That's a pretty good sample. So, give me a shout is basically what I'm saying. And if you're interested, so I'm only going to entertain at this moment sort of serious folks that are interested in this kind of thing. But, I just wanted to help you out with doing field experiments, what they are, and why I'm actually doing this platform. So hopefully that helps. And I got to go digest some of these Five Guys and fries. I'm pitching them. It's my favorite burger restaurant. All right, take care and have a wonderful day. Bye.